Hello, Abnormal Investigation family. Got another encounter for you, and welcome to Saturday, guys. Don't forget, we'll be on the live tonight, 7:45 Central Standard Time. Should be a pretty good live. We got a lot of information we're going to share with you guys, and of course, as always, thank you for the donations and supporting our cause. Let's get into this encounter. Back in the mid-90s, I would run tree lines along a winding road in the backwoods of Kentucky in my old Ford pickup. Growing up there, I heard countless stories of strange things. The stories were usually your typical creature in the woods, sightings. But for my 30 years of living there, at the time, not once had I seen anything strange. And believe me, I drove through and worked in the woods on a daily basis. I was so sure that if I was going to see something weird, I would have already seen it. Well, I was dead wrong. We were fishing up, and we had been finishing working as we were loading some limbs into my pickup. The last part of the day was packing in the wood and driving them across county. I loved it. The scenery was beautiful. I got to listen to my music, and just being alone with my thoughts was very nice. That evening, as the sun above the tree line, I was just passing an old wide pasture. In the distance, the road ahead of me, I could see a large black mound on the side of the road just next to the barbed wire fence separating the road from the pasture. I slowed down as I got closer. I was in no hurry, and my curiosity got the better of me. As I got closer, the sight of the thing made me a bit nervous. Of course, driving up on the body of a dead animal would make anyone nervous, right? On the side of the road, a black cow lay dead. Its eyes bulged from their sockets as flies repeatedly landed and flew from the cornea. I drove up a little closer. It was a little more morbid for me, but I wanted to know what might have killed this thing. There were tufts of fur hanging from some of the barbs on the fence beside it, as if the thing had tried to run through or jump over the fence. As for the body, I couldn't find any marks or blood. Maybe it died of a heart attack. Maybe something had chased it. Mischievous dogs and coyotes were rampant in these parts, after all. I put the truck back in drive. Before I could push down the accelerator, I heard a thud. My truck suddenly bounced back and forth. Something had fallen into the bed of my pickup truck. Immediately, I turned toward my back window. The sun had almost completely set by this time, and I couldn't make out much but the red-tinted bark of the branches closest to the glass. It highlighted ominously by the brake light. I waited, still staring into the bed. I heard something. Searching with my eyes, I could not find anything out of place. Then my eyes locked onto something I didn't recognize. It looked like a patch of grass or fur. I could see the follicles of it catching the wind. For a moment, I thought it may have been some grass and soil we have made pulled up and had thrown in on the branches. When whatever it was attached to lifted itself up and stood up on two legs. At that point, I feared for my life. But I could not help but watch and wonder in horror as this thing leaned forward, revealing itself in the faint red brake light. Yes, my foot was on the brake this whole time. In the 3 or so seconds that I watched this thing loom over closer to my window, I made out exactly what I was looking at. The creature, it was definitely no man. It was covered in dirty matted fur from head to toe. Its legs didn't bend the way a human's do. They looked bent or twisted at the knees. Toward its upper body, the fur grew thin to the point I could see skin underneath. And its face. God, it made my skin crawl. It looked both human and beast at the same time. All at once my fear got the best of me. Without looking, I stomped the gas pedal onto the floor. The truck took off, and I watched the creature jump out of the bed and land in the middle of the road. Unscathed by the sudden acceleration, it just stood there, a silhouette growing dark into the distance. The damn thing had to have been at least 6 foot tall. It towered over the barbed wire fence on the side of the road. I have no idea what happened that night. I can easily tell you that my drives through that area are no longer enjoyable. As I pass by that pasture, I feel like I'm being watched. I can't help but drive a little faster through the area of the road. Did that dead cow have anything to do with my experience? I can't help but feel like this creature had set me up, like it had laid a trap for me. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I wish I never would have stopped. Never had been so afraid, especially in a place that has been my home all of my life. I pray to God every day when I travel this road that I never break down or get a flat. I think honestly I would drive my truck till I destroyed the tire or whatever else I had to. This still bothers me to this day. Mike, I would like your opinion on this, as I've noticed you've been doing that at the end of the videos, and I really enjoy your thoughts. Well, that's about all it is just my opinions. Possibly the cow that was dead in the ditch, and I'm going to say possibly, this creature could have killed it and was planning on it being a dinner. Whenever you stopped, it could have possibly have thought that you were going to remove it, haul it away or something like that. It was going to lose its dinner, so it became upset with you. Sounds like it jumped onto your truck, and the reason I would guess that it jumped onto your truck, and the way you explained this was kind of like cattle country. I know in cattle country there's not a lot of trees. It would be like mostly open pasture, so if this thing was there waiting for dinner and thought you were going to take it, and you said you had a load of wood with a lot of leaves and stuff that was left on the wood, I think it merely jumped in the back of your truck to use its adaptive camouflage to hide in the wood like it would in the tree line. Except for you were a portable tree line for it to be able to use, and it could have been using that to possibly ambush you also like it would out in the tree line. It shows a very high intelligence of this creature if that's in fact what it done. What you've seen sounds to me like a Dogman, except for you wrote PS at the bottom. You said it had horns like a goat. I don't think I've ever heard of an encounter to a Dogman having horns, but I'm sure we have a lot of listeners that's going to listen to this, and hopefully they will be able to give us a little more information, as they may have more information on this. I've never encountered anything like that. Now, back whenever my mom was younger, her mom, her dad, and some other family were fishing at this bridge now that has been shut down, my gosh, for years. And they did witness something walking up behind them, heavy breathing, sounded like it had hooves, sounded like it was bipedal to them. They all got nervous. Well, eventually that night the moon had come up and was shining through the bridge, and a large creature did walk across that bridge while they were fishing. It was bipedal, and it appeared to have horns. I am planning on trying to make it to this bridge. I planned on doing it with Sarah and Kaylee. I don't think they're doing the boots on the ground anymore. So I'm either going to have to go there alone or pick up somebody to go with me. It's a lot of equipment to pack in there, and plus it's a very, very secluded area that has not been visited in a very long time, with an old bridge and also a lot of hiding places. But I do expect to go back to this place on a boots on the ground. I think you all would really enjoy it. If you'd like to see me go to this location, just let me know in the comments, and I will try to put it on my list as places to visit. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. That way we can see you tonight on the live at 7:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. I hope to see each and every one of you. And let's have a great live tonight, and let's visit and talk. We'll see you on the next one.